Imagine you have a mosquito problem. You pay your kids $1 for every mosquito they swat. You think you're teaching them work ethic, but 3 days later, you find bowls of stagnant water hidden in the garage. Your kids aren't lazy, they are geniuses. They realize that more stagnant water equals more mosquitoes, which equals more toys. You've been co-bred. We think in straight lines. Problem A plus incentive B equals solution C, but the world is a complex web of loops. When you pull one string, the whole thing moves. The Cobra effect is the ultimate ego check. It proves that our solutions are often just gasoline disguised as water. We are so busy fixing things that we never stop to see what we are actually creating. Let's look at the namesake, British India. The governors wanted fewer cobras. They offered a bounty. The locals turned cobreckling into a multi-level marketing scheme. They farmed them. When the bounty was canceled, the farmers let the snakes go. The end result, a city flooded with cobras. Then there was Hanoi in 1902. The French wanted to kill rats. They offered a reward for rat tails. Soon the French saw rats running around with no tails. The locals caught them, clipped the tails for cash, and released them back into the sewers to breed more rats with more tails. The lesson: when you reward the evidence of a solution, people will manufacture the evidence and ignore the solution. You wanted a clean city, you got a tail clipping factory. Let's bring this into your life. A career example. You want to be productive. You set a goal to work 10 hours a day. What happens? You start working slower? Do you take longer lunch breaks? You check emails for 3 hours? You hit your 10-hour goal, but your output is zero. You're breeding time snakes. You're rewarding presence, not performance. The relationship example: you want your partner to be more romantic? You tell them, if you don't buy me flowers every Friday, I'm going to be upset. Now, you get flowers every Friday, but does it feel like love? No, it feels like a chore. You've incentivized the action, but you've killed the intention. You didn't want flowers. You wanted to be seen. But you rewarded the tail instead of the rat. Now you're standing in a room full of dead flowers and a dead relationship. Stop. Let's go to the dark heart of this. Why do we do this? Because we are terrified of complexity. We want the world to be simple. We want to believe that if we just push this button, we'll get that result. But look at your life. Look at the solutions you've implemented. The hustle that burned you out. The diets that ruined your relationship with food. The efficiency apps that made you more distracted. You're breeding snakes, and now the room is full of them. The most painful realization is that you aren't the victim of the system. You are the architect of your own misery. You traded long-term peace for a short-term metric on a screen. You won the game, but you lost the soul of why you were playing. How do we kill the Cobra farm? We need a new operating system. Second-order thinking. Never ask, will this solve the problem? Ask, and then what? If I give my child a reward for grades, and then what? They might start cheating. If I give my employees a bonus for speed, and then what? They might sacrifice quality. If you can't survive the "and then what?" don't do it. Reward the unmeasurable. Stop tracking things that are easy to count, like hours, emails, or flowers. Start tracking things that are hard to fake: impact, depth, and sincerity. If you can't measure it easily, it's probably the thing worth doing. The anti-KPI strategy: for every goal you set an anti-goal to prevent cheating. If the goal is speed, the anti-goal is 0 errors. This creates a tension that prevents the system from being gamed. The people making the solutions must suffer if they fail. If the British governors had to live in the houses with the released cobras, they would have designed a different policy. If you aren't willing to suffer from your own shortcuts, don't take them. Systemic silence. Sometimes the best solution is to do nothing. Not every problem needs an incentive. Some things just need time, trust, and space to fix themselves. Stop trying to engineer the human spirit. The world is not a machine, it's an ecosystem. Stop being a manager of metrics and start being a gardener of outcomes. The most dangerous person in the room is the one who has a simple solution to a complex problem. They aren't fixing the fire, they're just pouring gasoline that looks like water. It's time to stop gaming the world and start living in it. If you're tired of being bitten by your own brilliance, comment "kill the metric" below. Subscribe to see the world as it is.